So I think you've already been informed by Aarti ma'am about the flow of the session. First of all, you'll get to know your mentor, and guess what? She's already here. Okay. So we have with us Usha ma'am, who's a wonderful mentor, wonderful person, and she's got a beautiful smile, and the ease, the comfort that you develop with her. I'm sure you're going to love her sessions. She loves to interact with kids like you, and teaching is her passion. Okay. So that is the reason she is here with us. So now I would not speak much, and I'll request Usha ma'am to speak to you directly. All over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. I can see many bright faces. So it's been several years now that I'm associated with Olympiad Success, and I've had several batches. And I've had students with me who started off with class 6th grade, and now they are in class 9, class 10 grade also. So they were with me in class 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got repeating students. And class 6 also I had several batches over the past few years. So my focus is typically helping you to understand the concepts. Though this is only a test series batch, but I just want to tell you that while I help you solve the test paper, you will solve the test paper and we will discuss the entire paper, all the questions in the class. Okay. But while discussing the paper, if I see that any of you have any issue in any particular topic, I was reading the chat messages that you were typing, electricity and circuits and magnetism, and somebody said cell. So I will try my best also as much as possible within the limited time frame to explain those topics in a way in which you can answer the Olympiad exams questions easily. That is my objective. Okay, it will not be simple, you have a question and not just MCQ, ABCD rattling off answers class. No. So it will be a class where you basically understand the concepts, whatever you have done in your courses till now. And the tests are just to, see where you stand. And, I would tell you this is a doubt clearing class. So whatever your doubts are, I would request you all to bring it to the class. And it's my job to ensure that you never have difficulties at any of the chapters that you mentioned in the chat window. Okay, so apart from doing the test, we'll also do a high level focused doubt clearing and understanding of concepts. Whatever problems you have, I'll solve them. Right. And yeah, the demo class today, I can see that all of you are muted, but trust me, in my class, there's no question of being muted. Everybody talks. It's an interactive class, and I don't restrict anybody. You are allowed to do board work also. So that way it is absolutely, I've never had problems of that sort in the class. So it'll be totally, where you can talk and tell your problems freely. Right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Usha ma'am. It would not be an exaggeration to say that students have evolved and grown up with Usha ma'am years after years.
Have become older also with them.
Experienced, ma'am. Yeah. And mature. Okay. So children, now it's time for a short PPT. Okay. So let's learn some details about the course that you're about to embark onto. Okay. So allow me to share my screen just a moment, and then we are good to go. So I believe my screen is visible to all. Okay. A very warm welcome to each one of you to the demo and interaction program for Class 6 Science Olympiad Test Series course. As you are already aware that Olympiad Success is India's largest online preparation platform for Olympiad exams, Olympiad Success Live is India's first exclusive live classes for Olympiad's preparation, and School Plus by Olympiad Success is one of its own kind of annual program that includes 8 important courses that really matter at this point of time in your life, which include mathematics, English, science, logical reasoning, communication, both spoken and written, Vedic math, and coding. Here you can get one-on-one online CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE, and IB classes for grades 2 to 12. One-on-one preparation classes for international mathematics Olympiads like SASMO, CMO, HKIMO, TIMO, Math Counts, US Common Core Math Competition, Math Kangaroo, and PRMO. So you can meet our international rank holders for the year 2022-23 on the screen. So classes are going to be group sessions with batch size of around 20 students delivered through Zoom by seasoned tutors. You've already met your mentor, Usha ma'am. So you get 3 sessions per week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Timing will be 6:30 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. I repeat, 6:30 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. with 5 minutes of break in between. Now in the sessions, we'll be discussing the previous year's questions from Olympiads with an objective to strengthen your Olympiad preparation, of course. So syllabus is available at this particular link for Science Class 6, and fees for this entire course is 2,500 only. It is going to be a 10-session course, and payment can be done by clicking on this particular link. Don't worry, all the important and relevant links have been pasted in the chat box and will again be pasted in the chat box for you to avail by Pooja ma'am. Now the fees includes discussion of 10 mock tests containing questions based on previous years that will help you to boost up your rank in the Olympiad exams. All that you require for these classes is a laptop or a desktop with good internet speed, with camera, because we do not allow students without video in the class, and of course headphones for better audio clarity. Now, since these are Olympiad exams, which are slightly tougher than your regular school curriculum, you need to spend some time extra every day. In 2022-23 Olympiad Success had students from more than 3,800 schools across India and abroad, hailing from 35 plus countries. Now, the live classes for this particular batch begins from Thursday, 26th of October, 2023. I hope you've noted down all the relevant details. Any questions? Please type in the chat box, Lakshit. So students who are asking when is logical reasoning Olympiad, when is maths Olympiad. So what you can do is you can check the respective websites of the organizations from where you have, registered yourself. If you have registered through school, so your school authorities will inform you about your exams, upcoming exams. And in case you have registered individually, you can check the individual websites of the organizations. You'll get all the details there. So Lokesh has no doubts. Lakshit is asking, do you take these classes for every Olympiad on different days? So we have different classes for different subjects, especially maths, reasoning, English, science. And in fact, now we are running test series. This is a test series batch. Okay, this is not a regular Olympiad preparation batch. I hope you can spot out the difference between both. This is a test series where when we are going to solve the previous year papers. And as Usha ma'am has clarified, it is going to be more a doubt clearance kind of session, wherein you are going to mutually and jointly solve questions one by one and figuring out why this is the answer, why that is not the answer, what is the valid reason, how did you reach that answer. So all those discussions are going to take place here. But if you're looking for regular classes, yes, we conduct regular classes, but this is not the one. In case you have queries regarding a particular Olympiad class, you can always get back to this. In case of further queries, you can email us at support@olympiadsuccess.com, or you can, message us or WhatsApp us on 9560764447. That's the number pasted in the chat box. I'll request Pooja ma'am to again paste all the links in the chat section.
Sure.
Any doubt, anyone? Okay. Can you tell me the timings? Class timings? So Lokesh is saying 6:30 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. Rida is saying 6:45 to 7:45. Is that AM, PM? With 5 minutes of break. Okay. But is it in morning or is it in the evening? Evening. Okay. So are they both correct or incorrect? Do you agree or you would like to disagree? Lakshit is also saying 6:30 to 7:45 p.m. That's correct. And which days we have classes? Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Lokesh is saying. Lakshit is also saying the same. And yes, they both are right. So how many sessions are going to be there? 10. Yes, that's correct. That's correct. So I think there is clarity over the details. Now I believe in case you have no doubt, then we can begin with the demo. Show me a thumbs up. Okay, all right. So now I would request Usha ma'am to please take over.
Okay, thank you so much. Everybody's set. So just give me a minute. So what I've thought for today is that I'll just share one question paper on the screen, okay? To give you an idea of how we are going to do things, what we are going to do, and the way in which we'll discuss the paper. Just a second, okay? I'm just picking up a random paper, right? So is my screen visible? You can just give a thumbs up or something and just tell me, am I audible and is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine, great. Okay, so I just picked up a random test paper which I had. So in every class, what will happen? So just before the class starts, the Olympiad Success team will share a paper with you, right? And along with that, an answer sheet where you have to mark your answers, right? So you will get the question paper and a Google form answer sheet where you have to mark your answers and submit the answers. When you come to the class, I will show the paper on the screen. And as Monica rightly said, we will discuss what is the right answer, more than what is the right answer, why it is the right answer, and why the others are not right. So in the Olympiads, because in the Olympiad, what happened is it is a competitive exam, unlike your school exams, number one. And number two is that most of the times the options, the A, B, C, D options are very, very close. So it's very important to know why the other options are not correct, right? Because it's a demo class today, I'll just give you a brief overview of how we are going to do things. For example, I'm reading question number 1 because it's a demo class. I'll be reading the questions for you. Ritu gave the following ill effect of the practice of burning dried leaves and other plant parts. Number 1 is burning degrades the soil. Burning produces harmful gases or fumes. Precious raw material to obtain manure at low cost is lost. Lots of heat is generated unnecessarily. According to you, the correct reasons why we should not burn leaves are. So when I discuss the paper in the class, I'll be, telling out important how to do this, important things also, sorry. So, when I solve the paper, it is a practice that I do a lot of board work, okay? So the first thing which I will do is I will basically underline the main part of the question, why we should not burn leaves. Yes, I can see answers. All of you are free because, you're muted, it's okay. So I can see Lokesh telling D, Lakshit telling D. Let's look at the options. Burning degrades the soil. Is it true or false? Burning actually improves the quality of the soil. Why? Because when you burn organic material, this is actually false. Burning does not degrade the soil. When you burn substances, it gets converted, into organic matter, and that increases the quality of the soil. So burning does not degrade the soil. one second. Why we should not, no, sorry, 1 second. Why we should not burn leaves? So yes, B is correct. Burning degrades the soil, sorry. Burning produces harmful gases and vapors, correct. Precious raw material to obtain manure at low cost is lost, correct. And lots of feed. The correct option is B, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So this is how we will discuss each of the, test questions, and we will also come to a conclusion about it. Look at question number 2, everybody. Kamlesh moves on a straight road from point A to point C. He takes 20 minutes to cover a certain distance AB and 30 minutes to cover the rest of the distance BC. He then turns back. I can see children entering the room. Give me a minute. Yeah, he then turns back and takes 30 minutes to cover the distance CB and 20 minutes to cover the rest of the distance. He makes 5 rounds. Whenever you get a question like this now, so it is best to draw. So he moves on a straight road A to C. Time I will write later. So for AB, he takes 30 minutes. So let's say this is the point B. So this is 30 minutes. And 20 minutes to cover the distance. This is 20 minutes. And 30 minutes to cover the rest of the distance BC. He then turns back and takes 30 minutes to cover the distance CB. So he's walking back. And 20 minutes to cover the distance to the rest of the starting point. So this is 20 minutes, right? He makes 5 rounds. 5 rounds means what kind of motion it is? So anything which repeats itself. For example, this class, okay, if once all of you join the regular class, so as Monica said, we'll have class on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6:30 to 7:45. So then this becomes a periodic motion. So this is periodic and he moves on a straight road and therefore it is both rectilinear and periodic. The word rectilinear means that it travels on a straight line. I'm sure you must have done, light has rectilinear motion, same reason. So why rectilinear? Because it is a straight road. And why periodic? Because it is repeating itself. So did you look at this question? See, that is the reason the Olympiads become difficult. So from this sentence to this sentence now, actually there's no really use of it. So when you read the question in the exam, you should be immediately able to answer, look at the important points. So all this story in the middle, he takes 20 minutes and 30 minutes and so and so. All that does not really matter. Right? So the reason why we make you do those tests and it's like a practice, because slowly you get the hang of it. It becomes habit. Rihanna always carries water in a transparent plastic bottle to her school during summer. I always tell all my students, I have batches from class 6 to 10. I always tell, if you have a doubt in any question, definitely read the question twice and with a cool, calm head. Don't rush into things. I understand time is a factor. I understand it completely. But remember one thing, you have to finish the questions and also you have to do them correctly. Some children I saw finish up the paper in 10 minutes and 50% are wrong. That is not a wise way of doing it. So use the 1 hour that you get completely, read the questions properly, then answer. If you have doubts, read it again. Yeah, what is the answer of question number 3? Okay, so Rihanna is carrying water in a transparent plastic bottle to a school during summer. One day she left a bottle in the school. The bottle still has some water left in it. The following, she observed some water droplets on the inner surface of the empty bottle. These droplets of water are formed because of evaporation and condensation. So we know that evaporation is a process. What is the difference between evaporation and boiling? So for boiling, the liquid has to be taken to the boiling point, which is a higher temperature. And evaporation takes place even at room temperature. Evaporation is a surface phenomena. Boiling happens in the entire volume of the liquid. right? So whenever I do these questions with you, as I said, it will be a revision of your entire syllabus also. So I will do it in a way in which, more or less, when we are doing a particular question, we will discuss some important parts of that, chapter also. Following Following are some features of plants. They lose a lot of water through transpiration. The leaves are always broad and flat. They lose very little water through transportation. The roots grow deep into the soil. Which are the following characteristics of desert plants? This is not transportation, this is a typo. It is actually transpiration only. There's no question of transportation here. So yes, most of you, I can see you have answered 3 and 4, 3 and what is the other name of desert plants? What are they called? Type it in the chat window. What are desert plants called? Yes. Anybody? Dharyas, Daru, Lakshit, Lokesh, Vida. Have you heard the name xerophytes? Okay, I will take it. Xerophytes. They are also called succulents. Correct. But yeah, xerophytes is also the right word to describe desert plants. Okay. So you should know these terms. You want me to write again, Lokesh? So desert plants have a name. They are called xerophytes. So all xerophytes, what happens? Cactus, remember? So this is how a cactus looks like, right? This spine has become too much. So this flat surface that you see is the green stem, and this does photosynthesis. So the stem does photosynthesis. The leaves have been reduced to spines. So the spines are the modified leaves. And what are the functions of the modified leaves? To reduce transpiration. And what is transpiration? Transpiration is plants lose excess water in the form of water vapor. Can you tell me from the leaf, which part of the leaf transpiration happens from? From the stomata. Correct. Present on the leaves. So stomata are small openings present on the leaves, which basically through which transpiration happens. So the excess water of a plant is lost as water vapor into the atmosphere, and that's called transpiration. Right? So when we do a question, we'll be discussing it in this way. It will not just be A, B, C, D, not like that. Okay? If you have any questions, doubts, if I'm going fast or slow, please tell me. I'll, change, I'll go slower if you want. Right? But the target for us will be, we will complete one, test series in a 1 hour, 15 minutes class. And we do it also. First few days might be a little bit, difficult, but then slowly you get the hang of it. You can answer most questions by the 4th, 5th class. Question number 5. Fuse wire must have low melting point. Fuse is used for small current only. First of all, what is a fuse? So basically, a fuse is a safety device which prevents excess current as in electricity, from flowing through a device. A device might be a bulb, it can be a television in your home. Yes. So basically, we want that the fuse wire should melt very easily. As soon as the current exceeds a particular threshold value, we want the fuse wire to melt. So therefore, this is true. Fuse is used for small current only? No. A fuse is present in your air conditioners, in your voltage, in your televisions, microwave, geysers, every equipment appliance that you use at home definitely has a fuse. Absolutely right, Lokesh. Correct. Okay. Question number 6. Yeah, this is a question from sorting and separation. So match the following: sand and salt. So sand and salt are two solid substances which absolutely, do not mix in each other. Then we have, so sand and salt is a heterogeneous mixture. Salt and water. So salt and water is basically a homogeneous mixture. What is a homogeneous mixture? Anybody? What is a homogeneous mixture? Homogeneous means there will be only one phase. One phase means what? Suppose you mix FPHASE, phase, and heterogeneous mixture means there will be more than one phase, or as I write, multiple phases. Yeah, so homogeneous mixture means that the substances which are present, they completely are miscible or dissolve in each other. So you can see them as only one phase. PHASE is the correct scientific word. Mud and water forms a suspension. What is a suspension? A suspension in which is a solution, a kind of solution in which the size of the particles is little bit more. And the last one is petrol and water. Petrol and water are immiscible. Okay. So it's D. So it's important that you should understand the terms given in the question also. Question number 7. So for these, these long kind of questions are given so that you take more time to do it. Okay. Now, what is the easiest way to do it, right? Now, let's look at, the question is saying example R and example S. So do I really need to look at P, Q, X, Y, Z, etc., etc.? No. So R and S, right? So you will read this from the bottom. So read it like this. So R is a desirable change, is a natural change. So R basically desirable and natural change. So it can be A, it can be even, C. But S is read it from the bottom. So S is an undesirable natural change. Boiling of food is not a natural change. Cooking of food, no. So therefore, C is the correct answer. We want green plants to grow, natural, desirable change, and we don't want, yes, correct, Rida, and we don't want earthquakes to happen. Earthquakes are also undesirable natural change. Okay, so such a big question is given P, Q, X, Y, Z just to confuse you. So you need not look at anything in the diagram apart from this R part and the S part. If you go and sit and read into everything, you will lose a lot of time. Which of the following options is correct regarding the burning properties of different yarns? Okay. Now, cotton yarns shrink away from the flame. So we have to write the correct answer. This is true. This is correct. Silk yarns do not melt on burning. So this is the correct option. Cotton yarns shrink from flame. No. Woolen yarns catch fire quickly and continue to burn. Synthetic yarns do not shrink or melt while burning. B is the correct answer. Tell me the answer of question number 9. I want everybody to try yourself once. Question number 9. Assertion: in reticulate venation, veins are arranged in the form of a network. True or false? True. Acha, tell me something. Reticulate venation is found in what kind of? So reticulate venation is found in plants with taproot system. So reticulate venation is, where there is a network of veins like this. And parallel venation is typically found in banana, where all the veins are parallel to each other. Parallel venation is found in plants with fibrous root system. Reticulate venation is also in plants with dicotyledonous plants and fibrous root in monocotyledonous plants. You should know this. So in question number 9, B is the correct answer. So assertion is true, but reason is not true. So what is wrong in the reason? Anybody? What is wrong in the reason? So the reason is also the reason is, what is wrong in the reason? Basil, rose and China rose. What is wrong in the reason? So the reason is also correct, but the reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. No, basil is reticulate venation. Which bones are represented by the given figure? So you can see that this, represents your what we call as the hip bone system. So therefore, this is the pelvic bones. Pectoral is what? Pectoral is your shoulder bones. Tibia and fibula are present where, and radius and ulna where? Tibia and fibula where? So one is present in your legs, in your arms, and one is present in your hands. Okay. Okay. Question number 11. Select the incorrect statements. Stomata are mainly present on the leaves. This is correct. Carbon dioxide is released during respiration. This is also correct. Growth in living organisms occurs by addition of materials from outside. No. Whether it's human beings, whether it's plants, whether it's animals, what you eat is what shows. That's the reason your parents always tell you to have a healthy, balanced meal. Okay. Question number 12. Which of the following is a suitable method of disposal of broken plasticware? Suitable method of disposal: burning the plasticware? No. Recycling? Of course. So we know the 4 R's of recycling: reduce, recycle, reuse, and okay. Question number 13. Which test is performed to detect the presence of starch in a sample? So basically, you have done the tests of food. Okay, I can see. Yeah, what happens in the iodine test? Anybody? What happens in the iodine test? So you add iodine. What color is iodine? What is iodine? So iodine solution is violet color. Okay. If you add it to a food containing starch, it will turn blue-black. Can you tell me one physical property of iodine which is very different from everything else? Iodine sublimes. Iodine crystals are water. When they undergo sublimation, they form iodine vapors. Can you tell me the name of another substance which undergoes sublimation? Anything else? Any other substance which undergoes sublimation? Yes? Camphor. Okay. Dharuv, your answer is correct. The spelling of camphor is this. Camphor is also called karpoor, in Hindi. And any other thing? Ammonium chloride. Write this down. So ammonium chloride is also a substance which sublimes. Also, you know this very well, but possibly you don't know. Carbon dioxide also sublimes. So gaseous carbon dioxide gets converted into solid carbon dioxide. And you know the name of solid carbon dioxide? It looks exactly like ice. It is called dry ice. Write it down. You're appearing for the Olympiad exams, right? So your knowledge should be, dry ice with a DRYIC. So your knowledge should be more than that of a standard student. Okay. Okay. So therefore, 13 is B, the iodine test. Moving on, question number 14. Palm leaves have edges or teeth like a saw. Give a reason. Okay, what are the reason? To help reduce the force of wind on leaves, that is correct. Such leaves allow wind to pass through. Yes, palm trees typically are found in coastal areas and therefore there is a lot of winds. So to reduce the pressure of the wind on the leaves and therefore all of the above. Why do we develop composting areas near a landfill? What is a landfill? Anybody? What is a landfill? A landfill is typically a low-lying region which is selected, far away from residential areas where solid, it's like a dumping ground for waste. So where solid, harmless waste is dumped. So slowly what happens, the landfill gets filled up and after a few days, you can, use it as a playground or something. You can't build a construction site on landfill, but you can use it as a playground. Yeah, 15, the correct answer is C. To utilize some biodegradable components of the garbage. Okay. Okay. Question number 16. What kind of motion is described by the plastic ruler as shown in the figure? So the plastic ruler is moving, right? Yeah, this is very easy. So it's vibratory motion. Question number 17. This is a question of what? This is a question of electromagnetism. The figures below show a coil wound on a soft iron core P and an identical coil wound on a soft iron steel core Q. So this is soft iron and this is steel. 5 nails are attracted to each of them when the current is on. The switches are then opened. The probable number of nails still attracted to P and Q are. This is a good question. Let me see. Write down the question number. Otherwise, don't just write A, B, C, D. Lakshit is saying A. I want the answer from, write 17A, 17B like that. I will not understand otherwise. Lokesh is telling D. Everybody else? Rida is telling D. Anybody else? Dharuv? Jago? Darius? Wake up. I want answers from everybody. Dharuv? Okay. So in this question, the only difference is soft iron and steel. Okay. So here is the thing. The correct answer is B. So why is that? Soft iron, when electricity passes through soft iron, it induces temporary magnetism. So therefore, when the current is turned off, when the switch is off, all the nails fall off. They are saying what will happen when the current is off. The switches are open. On the other hand, steel forms a permanent magnet when electricity is passed through it. So therefore, the nails remain attached to the steel slab or steel coil, whereas soft iron, all the nails drop off. And how do you know that? Because that depends on the properties of substances. What are magnetic substances or magnetic materials as we call it? You have to know this very, very well. So iron, symbol is Fe, cobalt, symbol is, I'll answer your question, Lokesh. Cobalt symbol is CO and nickel is Ni. So I can see that Lokesh, somebody, yeah, Lokesh asked a question, what is soft iron? Yes. Is there a difference between soft iron and a normal iron? Yes, Lokesh, there is a difference. Where do I write it? Here. Soft iron has a low carbon content and can be easily magnetized and demagnetized. So there is a difference in the composition of soft iron and normal iron. And why is this called soft iron? So it is called soft iron because the soft, when I tell soft, soft means, so because of the property that it can be magnetized and demagnetized, therefore it is called soft iron. It is iron with a low content of low percentage of carbon. What is steel? If you don't ask questions, I will ask. What is steel, anybody? What is steel? So steel is it is not a metal, it is an alloy. And what is alloy? An alloy is a homogeneous mixture of what? Iron and carbon. But though, stainless steel, the steel that you use in your houses now, stainless steel, I'm sure in your homes you use stainless steel utensils, plates, glass, katoris, bowls. Stainless steel is different. What is stainless steel? What is stainless steel? So just write it down. Stainless steel is also an alloy. Alloy means nothing but homogeneous mixture. So this contains iron, chromium, and in some cases, a little bit of nickel also. The beauty of stainless steel is that it will not rust. And therefore, you use it in kitchens. Can you give me another very important example of stainless steel? Extremely important and useful. Give me a use of stainless steel. In all your hospitals, what we call as surgical equipments. All the surgical equipments in hospitals are all made up of stainless steel. And why is that so? Because of this very, very important property that stainless steel will not rust. Dental, yeah, all medical equipment, let's call all dental, whatever, all medical equipment is made of stainless. This is a huge industry, by the way, stainless steel. Okay. Stainless steel is therefore very, very important for us. Clear? So when you do questions, when you practice questions, you have to think, what is this diagram given? So this diagram is nothing but distillation happening. There is a round bottom flask in which there is something heated. Where does cold water enter and cold water? Now always remember, cold water, where does it enter? So cold water, the arrow is given here. I am marking it here. This you have to know. Cold water enters and this is the cold water leaves. What is the function of the cold water here? And this is the, what is the function of the cold water here? And this is the distillate. What does the cold water do? Why do we pass cold water? Because cold water, yeah, cold water, very good, Dharuv, causes condensation of the distillate. So when it's heated, the vapors rise up. So these vapors enter into this jacket, cold water jacket, and cold water causes it to condense. Correct. Question number 19, which of the following is a non-periodic change? This is a very easy question. Do question number 20 yourself. No, Dharuv, you are wrong. Dharuv is wrong. Yeah, so B is the correct answer. Let's do it one by one. Carbohydrates provide energy. Fats keep you warm. They act as insulator. Protein is required for growth and repair. Vitamins, basically, they are required for the normal functioning of the body. And minerals are required for maintaining good health. Vitamins and minerals we get mostly from vegetables and fruits. Therefore, it's very, very important to have it. What is this happening here? In question number 21, what is this picture? So by looking at warp and weft, you should be correct. Weaving is going on here. So in weaving, we have two yarns which are basically woven in this way. One is the warp and one is the weft. Okay. Question number 22. Select the row showing the correct properties of a liquid. Okay. Tell me the answer. So we are looking at a liquid. A liquid can be compressed. Yes or no? So D is the correct answer. Liquid cannot be compressed. It does not have definite shape, but it has definite volume. Can you tell me if a liquid has definite mass or not also? Mass? Yes, fixed mass. Mass is an inherent property of the substance. 23. Which of the following is a correct match? Sorting and separation. Muddy water, sieving, alteration, no. Tea leaves, strainer, decantation, no. Sieving will not work. Churning of liquid, separation, churning of curd, filtration is wrong. D is the correct answer. So sedimentation and decantation is what? You keep the mixture undisturbed for an hour. The solid settles at the bottom. What is the solid called? The settled solid, what is the name of it? Sediment. And what is the liquid that comes out? It is also called supernatant. Correct. Very good. You should know all these terms. It's very, very important that you know the terms. Question number 24. Write true or false and select the correct answer. Physical changes do not affect the color of the substance. Of course not. They will affect the color of a substance. Formation of coal is a natural change. Correct. No exchange of energy takes place in a physical change. Correct. Rusting of iron. No, rusting of iron is a slow chemical change. So D is the right answer. Consider the labeling given below. Asha, I think there's a problem in the question. I don't see the picture. Just a second. Let's do question number 26. In a watch, only the second hand exhibits periodic motion. Circular motion is the one in which an object travels as a whole along the circular path. What is the correct answer of 26? B, everybody is saying B. Yes, the correct answer is B. This is the correct one only. So in a watch, not only second hand, but also minute hand, hour hand also is, everything is periodic because the watch shows you time. Question number 27 from electricity and circuits. In which of the following diagrams the bulb will glow? So this is the positive terminal of the bulb. This is the negative terminal. Here, see, both of them are attached. So this will not work. And here, this is the positive and this is the negative. So this will glow and 1 and 3 will glow. So in a bulb, does a bulb have positive and negative? A bulb, just write this down if you don't know, an electric bulb does not have separate positive and negative terminals. It only has 2 terminals and you have to attach positive of the cell with one of the terminal of the bulb. Okay. Question number 28. Electromagnets are used in doorbells. This is correct. Electromagnets are functional only when current is passed through them. Yeah. So both of them are correct. The electromagnet is what? An electric wire, conducting wire is wound around a soft iron core. If you pass electricity, the soft iron core becomes a magnet. Look at question number 29. 2 persons X and Y take 10 hours and 12 hours respectively to travel from Bangalore to Hyderabad. What is average velocity first? So velocity is defined as the rate of change of displacement. So simply put, it is displacement by time. So let the distance between Bangalore to Hyderabad be B. So velocity is equal to D by time. So which means velocity is inversely proportional to time, which means more time means velocity will be low. Now tell. So average velocity of X will be more than the velocity of Y. Why? Because the time taken for X is less than the time taken for Y. Understood? Any questions now you don't understand? Okay, Lokesh, I'm telling it again. Okay, Lokesh, for you. So velocity is defined as displacement by time. Okay. Or even here, simply you can say distance by time also. Let the distance between Bangalore and Hyderabad be D. Okay. So the velocity of X is D by 10. Velocity is distance by time. And the velocity of Y is D by 12. So which means that velocity is inversely proportional to time. So therefore, which means more time will give you less velocity and less time will give you more velocity. And therefore, the velocity of X is greater than that of Y. 12 is greater than 10 or 10 is less than 12, whatever, same thing. Understood, Lokesh? Okay. Question number 30. This is a question from the NTSC paper. Study the following groups of materials based on their magnetic properties. Which of these can be grouped under X? So X is a magnetic substance. So iron, cobalt, and nickel. Can you tell me what this you have to know? Okay, platinum is the right answer. But when platinum is magnetic, why don't we use platinum? Because platinum is extremely expensive. And why is platinum expensive? Because it is rare, it is not easily available. Okay. Yeah, platinum is rare. Question number 31. Which of the following statements is incorrect? Heat moves from hotter regions to colder regions. This is true. Woolen clothes block the flow of heat from our body to the surroundings. This is also true. Woolen clothes block the flow of heat from the surroundings to the body. This is the incorrect one. And this is also true. Okay. 32. Ali took 4 beakers P, Q, R, and S and poured equal amounts of water in them. He soaks same sized piece of fabrics of cotton, wool, silk, polyester in beakers P, Q, R, S and kept them for 5 minutes. Now he removed all the fabric pieces from the beaker and measured the amount of water left in each of the 4 beakers. Which of these is the correct observation of Ali? Let me see your answers. 32. Very good, Lakshit. Very good, very good. The maximum amount of water is left back in beaker S. Polyester absorbs the least amount of water, followed by R, P, and Q. Okay, so wool absorbs the maximum amount of water. Study the given flow chart and fill in the blanks. Okay, so this is from materials. Okay, so these questions, always read it like this. Does it break easily? No. Is it elastic? Yes. So which means P can be a rubber band. Q, is it shiny? Q is shiny and it is not elastic, so it is steel. And therefore R is electric bulb made up of glass. Okay. Question number 34. This is a question from the past Olympiad papers. Sumit performed the scratch test with 3 types of minerals X, Y, and Z, and the results are shown. Select the hardness. So if you see, there are no scratch marks on this. So which means that there are 3 scratch marks here and there are, 2 scratch marks here. So in this case, no. So in this case, what is happening? It is Z ascending order of hardness. So because there are no scratch marks, which means Z is the hardest substance and therefore, it is not scratching X at all. Then we have X, which is scratching X because there are only 2 scratch marks. X is the next substance of hardness. And finally, the softest substance is Y because it is producing scratch marks too. Study the given flowchart properly. You space what stars and the solar system. This is general knowledge. Tell me the answer. Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus. So outer planet. So yes, so P is Jupiter, Q is Saturn, R is yes, those who have got D, it's correct. So this is general knowledge you have to know. So if you're preparing for the Olympiads, I would suggest you do a lot of extra reading also. So this is fabrics and what happens when you burn it. To investigate how different fibers respond to flame, Shefali did a burning test with the same sized pieces of cotton, silk, and nylon fabrics. She brought each sample yarn close to the burning flame with the help of a pair of tongs and made an observation table. X, Y, and Z. So X catches fire. So there's a smell of burning paper. There is ash. So X has to be cotton. So X is cotton. Y is silk. Burning hair means protein is burning. Silk is a protein. Do question number 37. Select the incorrect statement about the appearance of the materials. Plastic looks different from aluminium. It's correct. Aluminium looks different. Wood appears looks similar to plastic. That's correct. This is simple. Question number 38. Which of the following solutions may be a saturated solution? What is the meaning of saturated solution? A saturated solution is when maximum amount of solute is dissolved in a solvent. So therefore, the correct answer is 20 teaspoonfuls of salt in a glass of water. So no more salt can dissolve in the glass of water. That is saturated. Most of you got it correct. 39, read the following changes carefully. Which of the following are irreversible changes? So cutting of vegetables, yes, you cannot get the vegetables together. Knitting of a sweater, no, no, no. Making of tea, yeah, so it is C. Okay. Select the incorrect statement. Glory lily and pea plants have leaves modified as tendrils. This is correct. This is true. Grape, wine, passion flower, and gourd. Gourd means lau, loki, have stem modified as tendrils. This is true. The following of pollen grains on the stigma of the flower is called pollination. True. This is no. Fertilization is not when the pollen grains leave the anther. It's when, so basically when the pollen grains land on the anther. Pollen grains from the anther land on the ovary and get into the ovule. Ranjita sets up an experiment. She took a potted plant and watered it. She covered the plant with a polythene bag and kept it in a plate that receives a lot of sunlight. She makes shear only when the plant is inside the polythene and not the soil. She observed the polythene bag after a couple of hours. What is happening here? So basically, the plants being lost is transpiration. Okay. 42, some characteristics of animals are given below. They have sharp teeth and claws, layer of fat, living in the polar region. So layer of fat, yes. What else? They have, so 2 and 3, right? So think of a teddy bear or a polar bear. 43, Mohan is traveling in a school bus sitting next to his friend Rohan. Select the correct option. All of them are true. Mohan is in motion with respect to a pedestrian standing on the road. Mohan is at rest relative to Rohan. And both Rohan and Mohan are in relative motion. So we'll do 2 more questions and then I will ask you, how was it and all that. Kamini sets up an experiment. She took beakers with a magnet in it. Pour iron filings. Iron filings were nothing but small pieces of iron and pours very cold water in one and hot water in the second and no water in the third. What is happening? Magnetism is, yeah. So magnet 3 in beaker 3 will attract the maximum amount of iron filings. Okay, we are running out of time today. So this is how we will do the test series class. It is not a regular preparation class, but it is just a class where you are supposed to do tests, take tests, and we discuss the answers and the solutions and the explanation in the class. This is how we'll do it. How was the class? Criticism, feedback, anything? How was the class? Understood? Okay, I look forward to meeting most of you, or in fact, all of you on Thursday. So when does when do the classes begin? The classes begin on Thursday. That is the day just after Dashara ends. I'm sure all of you must be having your Durga Puja Dashara holidays. So I think all the important links are pasted in the chat window. I will request you or your parents to kindly take a screenshot of that. And we'll stop here. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. For any doubts, you can contact the Olympiad Success team. Okay? Bye. Thank you.